John Grimek, often referred to as the Monarch of Muscledom, was a prominent figure in the world of bodybuilding during the mid-20th century. Born on June 17, 1910 in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, Grimek's influence extended beyond his impressive physique. He symbolized an era of bodybuilding where health and athleticism were paramount. This period, often nostalgically referred to as the golden age of bodybuilding, which it was really the Bronze Era, contrasted sharply with the modern era where extreme dieting and unhealthy practices have become much more common. Grimek's journey into bodybuilding began with his passion for weightlifting. He initially trained for strength rather than aesthetics, which was typical of the time. His dedication to lifting heavy weights laid the foundation for his muscular development. And unlike many modern bodybuilders, Grimek's training regimen emphasized functional strength and overall fitness rather than just appearance. In 1936, Grimek's prowess earned him a spot on the U.S. Olympic weightlifting team. Although he didn't win a medal, his participation in the Olympics showcased his dedication to athleticism. This commitment to functional strength set him apart from many of his contemporaries and highlighted the emphasis on health and performance during his era. Grimek's bodybuilding career truly took off in the late 1930s and 1940s. He won the prestigious Mr. America title in 1940 and 1941. For reference, the only other two-time winner of the Mr. America is Alan Steven, another silver era great of bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding that is, as this predates 1935, which means that it predates the steroid era. And these guys weighed much more than the gulag victims of natural bodybuilding today, back in a day when they did not have to examine your butthole for striations. Anyways, this was huge for cementing John Grimek's status as one of the top bodybuilders of his time. His physique was characterized by a balanced, symmetrical build with well-developed muscles that were both aesthetically pleasing and functional. This balance was a hallmark of the era, where bodybuilders aimed to achieve a harmonious blend of size, shape, and strength. The training methods of Grimek's era were markedly different from those of today. Bodybuilders like Grimek focused on compound exercises that worked multiple muscle groups simultaneously. Squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and overhead presses. The big three, or big four in this case, were staples of their routines. These exercises not only built muscle but also enhanced overall strength and athleticism. The emphasis was on heavy lifting weights with proper form, rather than performing endless isolation exercises. Nutrition during Grimek's time was also more straightforward and less restrictive than today. Bodybuilders consumed wholesome, nutrient-dense foods to fuel their workouts and support muscle growth. There was no obsession with extreme dieting or cutting calories to dangerous levels. Instead, Grimek and many others focused on eating enough to sustain intense training sessions and promote recovery. This approach contributed to the overall health and well-being of bodybuilders during this era, such as Grimek. Grimek's era also placed a strong emphasis on physical culture and overall fitness. Bodybuilders were not just muscle-bound athletes. They were often involved in other sports and activities that promoted a well-rounded physique. Grimek himself was an accomplished gymnast and wrestler, which contributed to his exceptional flexibility and agility. This holistic approach to fitness ensured that bodybuilders were not only strong, but also agile and resilient. One of the most significant differences between Grimek's era and modern bodybuilding is the absence of performance-enhancing drugs. During the mid-20th century, steroids and other substances were not widely used or available. Bodybuilders relied solely on hard work, dedication, and proper nutrition to achieve their physiques. This natural approach to bodybuilding fostered a healthier and more sustainable lifestyle. John Grimek's influence extended far beyond his competitive years. After retiring from bodybuilding, he continued to promote physical fitness and health through his work as a writer and editor for various fitness magazines. He advocated for sensible training methods and balanced nutrition, emphasizing the importance of overall well-being. His legacy continues to inspire bodybuilders and fitness enthusiasts to this day. The golden age of bodybuilding, as exemplified by John Grimek, which was really the silver era, represents a time when health and athleticism were at the forefront of the sport. Bodybuilders of this era prioritized functional strength, balanced physiques, and overall fitness. They trained hard, ate well, and avoided extreme dieting and performance-enhancing drugs. This approach not only produced impressive physiques, but it also promoted long-term health and vitality, which should be more prioritized. In contrast, the modern bodybuilding scene has seen a shift towards more extreme practices. The use of performance-enhancing drugs has become widespread, leading to rapid muscle growth but also significant health risks. Extreme dieting and dehydration techniques are often employed to achieve the ultra-lean look desired in competitions, which was not at the time of John Grimek an actual standard. Even in natural bodybuilding, these practices can have detrimental effects on the body, leading to a whole host of health issues. Despite these changes, there is a growing movement within the fitness community to return to the principles of what I will refer to as the golden age. An age where people were natural and the goal and focus was on health and vitality. I hope to be a part of the growing movement and grow the community of natural athletes, and I have seen many more athletes and trainers advocating for a more balanced approach to bodybuilding, one that emphasizes health, functional strength, and sustainable practices. A lot of this shift is a testament to the uprise of recognizing older athletes like John Grimek, true pioneers in testaments and enduring legacies. They've demonstrated that it is possible to achieve an impressive physique without compromising one's health. And in conclusion, John Grimek and the era of bodybuilding he represented highlight a time when in the sport it was synonymous with health, strength, and overall fitness. Whether it be training methods or nutrition, everything was surrounded around well-being above all. I hope you enjoyed this video about John Grimek, the Monarch of Muscledom, and the ideals of the Silver era, and for the most part, the Bronze era too. I have a lot more videos coming up soon. My grandpa was nice enough to lend me some magazines, some fitness magazines from the 1930s, as old as, so I'm really excited about that. But until then, have a beautiful day and happy natural lifting.